Welcome to a brand new episode of the podcast for female leaders. And today I'm going to talk about a very interesting subject. I'm going to talk about the biggest mistake we make when it's about successfully positioning yourself. There is many mistakes you can make, but this one, if you're aware of this one, if you step over, excuse me, if you step over this one, and if you're aware of this one, and you realize it is actually what it is, and you step over it and you take action, you don't need to do a lot more to successfully position yourself. You can compare it with the reason why corporates spend millions and billions of euros of dollars on advertising, because as people, we usually don't remember things the first time after we heard them. Maybe you ever heard of the quote, who is it from? I don't know exactly. I know it from a colleague, and he told me it was from Benjamin Franklin, but it's this one. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I learn. So it's another reason why this mistake is the biggest mistake you can actually make. When you talk about positioning yourself, it's about showing yourself. It's about stepping up. It's about claim your position. It's about have yourself being heard, yourself being seen. It's about stepping up. It's all about those things all together. And very often, we believe, I hear from women I work with, I hear from others, very often what we believe is, well, let's say you want to make the next step in your career, and your manager is often either a big influencer or the decision maker on that. So what you want to do is you want to involve your manager in your ambition, in your dreams, in your next step. And maybe not involve, but also have this person working for you to help you make this move. And often we think that, okay, I've told my manager, I've shared my ambition with my manager, so I'm done. So I am done. And exactly this is the biggest mistake ever. I'll give you an example. One of my coaches, she finished the program already. When we first started, she mentioned, yeah, I know exactly what I want. It doesn't have a job title, but I do know the 3 elements I want in my position, in my work. And I've once also talked about it with HR, and I shared that I wanted something else. She worked for a big company, big corporate, so enough chances to make moves, whether it's sideways, up or down, whatever. Options available. And she was like, yeah, and then I don't hear nothing. And then I don't hear nothing. And I was like, but did you tell them what you want? No. But did you share with them those 3 key elements for you? No, because I didn't know them at that time. And did you share them for you? It wasn't important to make a step sideways or up or, well, down, she didn't mention, but no. So then how do you expect someone to think of you when an opportunity comes up? It's not possible, right? You make it very difficult for a person to think of you when a chance is there. So that's one side. But and now I'm talking about a career step, can also be about your vision. Share your vision if you want to motivate people for your vision, for the team or the company or whatever. With just saying it one time, mentioning it one time is not enough. And of course, I mentioned this, tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. But there is even a step before that, because often we just tell someone once, only once. And because it feels already like a step forward, it feels already out of the comfort zone, it feels already, oh, I really claimed my spot. I really claimed my ambition. But you didn't. It might feel like that for you, but it's not. It's not. First of all, I believe if you have a conversation about something, it can be with your manager, but any conversation, if afterwards you don't either create action or give a short feedback via email, written, somehow written that you can find it again later. If you don't do that, it's like the meeting hasn't happened. So, for example, if you mentioned your ambition or your route where you want to go to, if you mention it once and then that's it, at least make sure it's written somewhere. So next time, and maybe not next time, but maybe a month or 2 months later, you can get back. You can come back to it and read forward that email again and say, okay, we have this meeting planned about my progress or an evaluation moment or whatever the goal of the meeting is. I'd like to get back to this again. And in the meanwhile, you keep on dropping pieces of information in the other person's mind, and preferably not just one person, but multiple people. Drop little pieces in the mind, and as this quote says, involve me and I'll learn. This way, you're involving someone. You're involving someone in your journey. You're asking. Maybe you can ask another person. Can be your manager. Can be somebody totally else. Maybe you can ask literally the question. This is what I want, and be clear. Right? I just mentioned it at the beginning of this podcast, but be clear. Be very clear. Don't leave any open space for the other person to fill it in, because then you get a different result. You know what you want, and it's up to you to leave as little space as possible for the other person to fill it in by her or himself. Because then you don't get what you want, and you are the only person who knows very clear what you want. Can be very, very specific, but can also be, of course, a bit more high over. But whatever phase you're in right now, be clear. And the more you involve people around you in your journey, in your ambition, in your goals, the more people are actually involved. And the more people are actually involved, the more they are able to help you. I'm not going to talk about the fact if they're willing to help you, but you make it, this way you make it very easy for the other person to actually help you. And that's what it's all about. Okay. I hope I was clear. And I hope you will be as clear as I was in this podcast towards the people around you, towards anybody who could possibly help you make your next step, whatever it is, whether it's implementing your vision, whether it's your next step in your career, whether it's a career change. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you want. It can also just be about money. Very simple. So, enjoy. And please, 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 if you stepped out of your comfort zone for only one time, it might be a big thing for you. But then you've just told somebody. And you know what the saying, the quote is, tell me and I forget. So repeat, repeat, repeat. There is a reason why big, huge corporates spend millions and billions on advertisement. Because repeat, repeat, repeat. So you make it easier for the other person to remember what you want, to remember you, to then, of course, think of you when an opportunity is there. Okay, I will stop now, otherwise it's going to be a 30-minute podcast. Just be clear, repeat yourself, and one stepping out of your comfort zone means next time it's not stepping out of your comfort zone anymore because you've done it. You've done it. You know you can do it. Sure, could be better, but you will only become better when you do it a second, third, fourth, fifth time. Okay, have fun, enjoy. Please leave a reaction if this podcast episode give you any insight how you're going to use it, and have fun being clear. Thanks for listening.